Hi, I'm Mike Fowler with the Foundation for the Next Generation, and I'd like to share a few tips that will show you just how easy it can be to improve your favorite student's education. Most people have heard how poorly our education system is doing, and I could show you pages of statistics that would prove it. But let's face it, nobody cares about statistics. You care about your son or daughter, niece or nephew, or grandchild. Maybe you even care about the kid down the street. More of us need to care about the quality of education our children are getting, because the fact of the matter is that the quality of their lives depends on it. The good news is that, according to many experts, parental involvement is the single most important factor in a child's success. That means we don't have to wait for anybody to fix the schools or increase funding or anything else. You can start making things better for your student right now. Every teacher I've talked to agrees. We need parents to get more involved. The bad news is that we're in the second or even third generation of two-career and single-parent families, so many parents today aren't sure how to get involved. That's what this video will help with. 5 easy ways to help your student not just succeed in school, but also get a better education. I know that many of you are already pressed for time. So the first tip I'm going to give you is one that really takes no time at all, and yet it's one of the most important ways you can help your child. Attitude and expectation. Your attitude about education is contagious, and your child will pick it up without either of you being aware of it. If you don't understand and believe just how important a good education is, your child will never take school or their education seriously. Your expectations of your child are just as important. Studies have shown time and again that children respond to what is expected of them to a very high degree. Let your child know that you expect them to do well in school. After all, why shouldn't they? These two things take no time. They can be included in your normal everyday interactions, and they will make a difference. On a subconscious level, your child looks to your judgment about them in forming their self-image. So if you have high expectations, so will they. My son-in-law told me the only help his father gave him in school was to say, "You better get A's." So he did. Now I could be politically correct and call our next tip time management, but I'd rather be honest and call it discipline. It may not be as popular these days, but it boils down to the same thing. Your student must put schoolwork first, before TV time, Facebook time, game time, and every other time. Is it any wonder our kids are doing so poorly in school when, according to the latest Kaiser Foundation study, the average 8 to 18-year-old spends 7.5 hours a day on non-productive electronic entertainment? That's games, Facebook, texting, movies, television, and non-homework related web surfing. I know a lot of parents these days don't like to be too strict, but the fact is that the quality of these kids' lives really does depend on the education they get. So put homework first. Our third tip is very closely related, and that is responsibility. Holding them accountable for their results helps them get involved, and when they meet their targets, gives them a feeling of accomplishment. It also helps them learn that they have the power to affect their results. Let them know there are consequences, good and bad, to how they do in school. Good grades should be rewarded, even if only with praise and recognition. Bad grades need to be discouraged, not overlooked or excused away. Use bad grades to get them to look for ways they can do better and overcome whatever it is they think is standing in their way. Remember, always have high expectations. This is an attitude that will serve them well. Imagine the difference it will make in their life if they always look for how to overcome a problem instead of feeling discouraged or beaten. Working hand in hand with the idea of responsibility, we come to involvement, yours and theirs. I know we have to be realistic about how much time you have to spend with your children, so the idea is to make the best use of what you do have. Going over their homework only takes a minute or two, and you can see if it looks like they're trying to do a good job or just slacking off. Just knowing you will be looking at it every night will make a difference. This also helps communicate that you think their education is important and that you care about them succeeding. Point out areas for improvement, but make sure to praise too. Get them more involved by helping them set goals that are meaningful and realistic to them. Depending on their age, help them see how what they're learning relates to life. Our last tip is about helping kids with their homework. There are two ways I often see parents going wrong here. Some do the work for them, and others don't think they know enough to help. To the doers first. Stop it! I know it's hard that you want to help. Maybe you think there's too much homework or it's too hard, but the message you're sending your child is that you don't think they're up to the task. And that's the opposite of high expectations. Give your child the time, materials, and space they need, but let them do the work. I'm not saying don't help them if they get stuck, but your help should be more guidance than production. Now, for those who feel that they don't know enough, in many cases, you don't have to know anything about the subject to help your child. I remember when my daughter needed help in chemistry, one of my worst subjects. When I looked at the questions she needed help with, I didn't have a clue. Here's what worked for us. First, I asked her to show me where the class was in the book. Then we read that section and looked at the question again. And we just kept doing that over again until we had answered all the questions. The best thing about doing it this way is it shows your child how to find the answers on their own. If you can't find it in the book, look online or have your child write out a question to ask the teacher the next day. If there's some reason you really can't help your child, find someone who can. It can be a sibling or other relative, a friend or classmate who's doing better in that particular subject, or a tutor. Check with the school or PTA about what tutoring programs are available. And don't forget about grandparents. Lots of grandparents would love a chance to spend more time with their grandchildren. Well, that's our 5 tips for today. Attitude and expectation, discipline, responsibility, involvement, and how to help with homework. For these and more, please check our website at forbettereducation.org and see the other ways we're working to improve education. I know these ideas sound simple and like common sense, but as the saying goes, common sense isn't always common practice. Please put as many of these tips as you can into practice and let me know your results. Just go to forbettereducation.org and use our contact page. Please like and share this video and leave a comment below. Share your thoughts and experience and any tips you have that may help other parents. This video was made in response to a contest sponsored by Brendan Burchard and his Experts Academy. Since this may be my best chance to address Brendan, I'm going to take it. Brendan, first, thank you for this opportunity and for the excellence of your programs. I was at High Performance Academy and was really impressed both by the content and your presentation. I think you may be the best in the world at what you do, and that's why I'm asking you for help. Yes, if I win this contest, going to Experts Academy will be a huge help. But I know that your mission is about helping people and that you're concerned about education. I know you're already helping thousands, but I believe I have a way to make that millions every year and help them in a way that will fundamentally improve their whole life and not take away from what you're already doing. I'd guess that you would love to put your abilities to their best and highest use, and that when you hear what I have in mind, you'll agree that it's a way for you to do just that. A small effort on your part could have a truly huge impact. You can reach me through the website forbettereducation.org or call me at 909-996-4155. Thanks again. This is Mike Fowler with the Foundation for the Next Generation.